Howdy do. So this video, Doigfo Discussion, is about whoever's listening, whoever's struggling, whoever's surviving, and suicide, and why you should never change who you are for anybody. Humanity is imperfect, no matter what reason you believe that is from. And as such, other humans do not have the right to tell you why the way you are is wrong, unless maybe it's actually morally wrong, like crime or killing. But 7 billion people on this world and counting. 7 billion different sets of eyes viewing the world 7 billion different ways. 7 billion different hearts beating, living, and experiencing life. 7 billion different mouths that are taken care of on a variety of different levels, from poverty to rather comfortably. 7 billion hairstyles and outfits to wear or not wear, and even in a boarding school, the same uniform looks different on different people. All in all, what I'm saying is, no matter how hard we try, no matter what we all are, we are all different people. Heck, even in the Doctor Who special, The End of Time, when the Master turned everyone into himself on the planet, there are all still 7 billion different versions of himself. Even Fred and George Weasley were not one and the same. And as such, if you're different from what is called the norm, do not let that bring you down. Because in reality, there is no norm. You have to follow, and you shouldn't be ashamed of it if you don't follow it. Be proud of yourself, love yourself, but not because I tell you to, because you like who you are. Even if bullies hate you, also know that there's always people that care about you. The problem just might be that they're not super vocal about it, so you don't know that they care, but they do. And if you are not sure somebody knows if you care about them, go tell them right now. Pause the video, text them, go downstairs or upstairs, if you're living with family or something, and hug them. Just let them know. Make sure that they know but know you do, even if it seems redundant because you say it all the time. You know what I mean? Just make sure they know. And the problem is hate. And also the fact that people care about it. People care how they're viewed by others, double consciousness. And people care about how they view themselves. And that's not a problem in itself. I'm not saying you should have a super thick skin and hatred should just always bounce off of you. I understand that's not the case. Don't get me wrong. Some people take hatred and bullying very hard, and that's not a weakness or anything like that. I'm not saying you should get over it. It's not that easy if your self-esteem has been crushed or your opinion of yourself at times drops low. But what I am saying is that is okay too. Some people get even more upset with themselves for letting the negative output affect them, and that is okay. It really is. No one ever said you had to be tough. We are humans. Things get to you sometimes, and just make sure you're okay with that. You're okay with yourself getting affected by stuff like that sometimes. Sometimes the worst opinion someone will have of you comes from yourself. At some point, reflect on you and your life. Understand for yourself who you are and are not okay with, and what you are and not okay with. And at some point, tell yourself it is okay to fall. I just wouldn't recommend staying down. It's okay to fall, but rise again, but when you are ready. And never be afraid to ask for help getting back up either. Haters and bullies are nothing more than your biggest fans. They like you so much that they cannot stand you. They fan over you so much that they have to lash out. Heck, they may even have posters of you up on their wall. They just closet love you. And suicide is no joke either. Some people may call it cowardly or stupid, but that does not change the fact that it exists, and over the worst of reasons. People feeling like they are worthless and no one cares for them. And is that how we really wish to treat people we call friends? Do we really wish for them to see us and say, whatever, I don't care, and call them coward or stupid because they're contemplating suicide? No, the answer is no. A suicidal person needs support in that mindset more than anything else. So whatever you think about it, take a second and really weigh the ramifications of what you're saying about them or even it on the fact of how it could affect that friend, that family member, whoever. And if you're the suicidal one listening to this by chance, I know it just sounds cliche, but please don't do it. It gets better. The pain ends, and good people care for you, no matter how little it is shown, unfortunately. And the world needs people like you. The world needs to see what you bring to the table. The world would miss you greatly if you were gone, because in this world there will never be another you. 7 billion different people, 7 billion unique individuals, and out of all of that people, there is still only one you, and you are special because of that. No one else could ever do and be who you are and what you can be. And I know it's rough, and like I said, it's cliche. I'm sorry. I wish I had better words to say, and I don't, unfortunately. Judgment is not the right of any person from whatever background. Before you go around judging somebody else, why not fix yourself and your own problems first? Before worrying about the twig in someone else's eye, worry about the one that's stuck in yours, I believe the saying goes. And if you're the one being judged, as best as you can, ignore it with your head high. You are never what other people call you, but only what you answer to. So don't answer to, stupid, loser, fat, bimbo, a racist, sexist, or homophobic slur, because you are none of those. You were given a name when you were born, and maybe nicknames by friends and coworkers. Now I'll add a name to that to give you too. Greatness. Hi, Greatness. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for listening. Life is kind of like a giant job interview, and if every candidate came in exactly the same, how would they hire someone? They may want qualifications, of course, but after that they want you to show or explain who you are, and life is like that too. Why deprive the world of the gift of you, and who you are, and your personality? Because you were told by also imperfect people you were wrong, you were a mistake, or you were something bad, you don't deserve to exist. No one else can copy you. No one else would ever be able to bring to the table what you can bring. You are never wrong for being yourself. Only you can be you, and people can try and copy that, but they can't. They can hate you for that, but that does not matter. You, however, you can be you. You can bring the wonderful person that brings a smile to someone else's face every day, and you don't even know that you do. You can be that short, fun-sized person, or tall, king-sized person, or the stand-out person because you do a thing that's considered odd or weird, or whatever, the insult or stereotype or whatever that's been brought against you. That does not matter, right? If anything, being the tallest person in your group doesn't make you Godzilla. It just makes you, on simple grounds, just the tallest person in your group. That's not means, however, to be a worse person for it. So what? And I know that's not the easiest to just, shrug that off. But I am saying that's not a reason to tear someone down either. So sit down at the chair and interview and tell us what makes you different than everywhere else. Why are you different from everybody else? And be proud of it, because there's nothing wrong with it. So just like your new name, you're going to go do great things in this world. Believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself. I know that's not the easiest thing either. I know it's not easy to shut people out sometimes, shut the negative out sometimes, and just ignore all of it, I know. But just also know that is okay too. And when you're ready, rise again. You can fall down. Just don't stay down. Because the world might not always be the nicest place. But you deserve to be you in it. So that is all for this video. Hopefully maybe I said something that might help even one person. But if nothing else, I hope that anybody listening to this that is having problems or struggling or something knows that there's nothing wrong with them for that. You are not the definition of your follies. You are not defined by your mistakes. The things you might have messed up in the past aren't your redeeming qualities or characteristics. That's just part of being human. So always know that in the past or even going forward, if that happens, if you fall, if you make a mistake or whatever, you're not a problem for that. You know what I mean? And that is all for this video. I don't know when the next video is going to be because life is full of a lot of kinks. But until next time, take care. Really do take care, I hope. GG, get jinxed.